I just love to come here, and I walk down there. I have a 2-year-old and a 7-month-old, and just walking around here and talking about their grandpa, my dad, how much he loved nature, he loved birds, and just being in nature, and then taking him down. There's a rock with his name on it, and I say, "That's your grandpa's rock."
I would kind of describe my dad as a very noble figure, and he always taught me to keep going and never give up. He would dress up as funny characters for Halloween, and when I was a kid, he was dressed up like Barney, and he scared everyone, and everyone was running around screaming and afraid, and he just took me aside and he's like, "You know I love you, right?" I'm still feeling the heaviness today, honestly. It never stops. It never goes away. You know, me and my dad were very close, and I did kind of have an understanding of what was going on with him in the background. Yeah, I would say that listening is probably really the only thing you can do to someone that is in this amount of pain that we go through, because really, the words can't relate. You know, there's a lot of things where there is no words to describe what losing someone to suicide, feels like. So really the best service you can actually do is to save, the words of sympathy and just listen, because that is a lot in itself.
He was always very passionate, and I think I share that with him. I never like anything, I always have to love everything. I can't half do anything, I have to go all in with everything I do, and I think I get that a lot from my dad. Every time he rode in the car, he had to hold my hand. We always were holding hands, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, Dad, I don't want to hold your hand," but he always had to hold my hand. And he always went out of his way to make sure we had one-on-one time. We loved to ski, and we used to go to Boyne Mountain a lot, and would always go, there used to be a general store, and would always get jelly beans and Toblerone chocolate and eat it on the chairlift, and that was always special. I don't even really remember, I just remember crying and being sad, but I didn't understand, I didn't get it. I used to tell people my dad had cancer or he got in a car accident before I understand started. I'm just so lucky. My mom always she understood, and she got it right away, and she really knew how to work with us, and even back 20 years ago, talk about it and told us, your dad loved you, it wasn't your fault, and she just really helped us always know nothing could have changed it. It wasn't our fault, because you live with that guilt, and that just made a huge difference. I look at it as any other illness. Someone who dies from cancer, they're not giving up, they're just they took over. So you're not giving up, it's just some illnesses are terminal. Even when you get all the medication, all the help, everything, you do everything right, it just sometimes just isn't enough, and it's not giving up, it's just they're sick,
I remember I spent a lot of quality time with my dad, and one of the things that we did a lot was fishing. He was a very avid outdoorsman. I remember once up north, just me and him, we got up pretty early and we took a little boat out to the middle of our lake, and we spent all morning fishing, and I just remember talking to him and just being just me and my dad. My mom has just always told me she's just been so blown away that a lot of the things that I truly love to do and have kind of been able to seek out myself as I've grown up is exactly what my dad liked to do. I don't really remember when anyone explicitly told me that my dad died. I was able to piece things together because, I remember, going into my mom's bedroom once, and her and my brother were just crying, and sorry. I mean, I just remember I was so young and I was just like, what, you know, like what's going on? Like, I don't really understand why everyone's so sad. And then learning that my dad wasn't coming home from the hospital. I think the teacher must have told everyone before. And I walked in and everyone was just like staring at me. And this kid looked at me and he was like, "How did your dad die?" And I was just looked at him like point blank and I was like, "He died of sadness." Like, I was just so like nonchalant about it because it was like something that I wasn't able to like fully comprehend. Like I said, my mom has just done a really beautiful job of reminding us that my dad loved us. Like, we were his world, and has always painted my dad in like this really beautiful light, this really beautiful person. And you know, I know, you know, no one's perfect in a sense, but I'm really thankful that I've never felt like a lack of love from my dad.